Vacation.
Vacation.
It's another to pack up, come all the way here, and have no vacation at all.
We're taking it on vacation.
Well, that means we get a vacation, right?
Why don't you go and take a vacation?
Yeah, my husband had to come for work, so we thought we'd make a little vacation of it.
假期
Vaccine.
Vaccine.
A weak vaccine against the virus Agent Scully has been infected with.
He discovered the vaccine for tuberculosis.
Hello, it's vaccine.
Now, we can also do something about the vaccine scar.
To find them would be like discovering a vaccine.
牛豆苗疫苗的
Vacuum.
Vacuum.
Did you vacuum?
First, did you get the,
30-pound vacuum seal.
vacuum hall closet? And I'm getting rid of Frank's shit.
Vacuum attachments.
Where is my vacuum cleaner?
真空真空的用吸尘器打扫
Vague.
Vague.
Bite-sized now, tinier even than science. Lurking in some vague electricity.
I didn't agree to 3 points above the vague.
Not to be vague. That is the price.
That's such a vague word.
The intent of her composition is vague.
含糊的
Vain.
Vain.
By doing so, they honor the legacy Mark's leaving behind, and they ensure his sacrifice will not be in vain.
Have you taken the name of Jesus Christ in vain?
To knock on the door of the blind, but only too vain man.
2 Aussie Opens, 2 French Opens, but he has been chasing in vain for years that elusive U.S. Open title to complete the career slam.
All the childless couples yearning in vain for a license, our little Mecca will not only open up a completely new market, it will fill a great human need.
无价值的
Valid.
Valid.
His conclusions are valid testimony, just like the positive conclusions of friends of Dr. Oppenheimer.
Is your passport valid?
Reverting to name-calling suggests that you are defensive and therefore find my opinion valid.
Unless you have a valid reason to be cornering these underage youths, what you're doing right now is called harassment.
Yes, and they're not valid until they bear my signature and my seal.
有确实根据的
Validity.
Validity.
A violent birth, but poor validity.
And to prove the validity of his love, he jumped off the roof of his relative's house.
Each one attacking the validity of this complaint.
It's your job to follow directives, not question their validity.
I think that my insights into Mr. McLuhan, well, have a great deal of validity.
有效性
Valley.
Valley.
And when he first came to our valley, we hoped the curse would be broken.
He told me to build this cross, to claim this valley back in his name, for him.
In our valley beyond the mountains.
The JCC of Spring Valley is shaking and crumbling to the ground.
You want me to stay in Napa Valley for 6 months?
山谷
Valuable.
Valuable.
I mean, he's become more valuable.
Incompetently dubbed Kung Fu, our most valuable Chinese import.
It's valuable.
The item in question is considerably smaller and far more valuable.
This must be a pretty valuable pin number.
有价值的
Value.
Value.
Anything up to the value of, say, £14?
I have found something in his work that adds value to our work.
In my country, we still value honor, loyalty, and duty above money.
Well, I think you guys just need to keep reminding yourselves that what you're doing is of great value.
Your product will be delivered whenever you pay the full value of my services.
价值评价
Valve.
Volve.
Gotta get to that pressure valve!
Guys, I'm running the numbers, and even with optimal valve blow, we're going to be off on our angle.
Houston, that bang you heard was Fred Hayes on the cabin repress valve.
I can't reach the valve!
伙伴装法
Van.
Van.
But Van Houten will get it.
I wasn't expecting a late 30s model postal van.
The night had passed in his footage, but the rope was still running from the cave to the van.
We bought a keg using Lana's fake ID, and then we drove to Santa Cruz in Will's van.
Oh my God. Well, looks like we're all on the Vandergelt's D list.
货车用货车搬运。
Vanish.
Vanish.
Every time the police show up, you'd have to vanish in the thin air.
Okay, now, you need to vanish. All right.
The exciting consequences of the game will vanish only when a player has reached Jumanji and called out its name.
Vanish, Joker.
消失。
Vanity.
Vanity.
I'm looking at your ugly mug on the back cover of Vanity Fair magazine, holding a cute, cuddly panda from Cutesville.
Not the editor of Vanity Fair, I'll tell you that.
These power moves weren't framed by right and wrong, just ego and vanity.
Your vanity.
虚荣心。
Vapor.
Vapor.
It's only vapor.
So when you shot it up into the stratosphere, you figured it would induce a molecular phase change of the vapor from the cumulonimbus layer.
We tried vapor inhalation with rodent subjects.
Well, I fixed the vapor coils, but the boiler's still slow.
气蒸发使蒸发。
Vapor.
Vapor.
Black vapor does begin to melt and drop upon our bare unarmed heads.
Has your majesty tried pine needles in boiling water, inhaling the vapor under a towel?
I should have the vapor.
So when it burns,
It turns to vapor.
Vapor worms its way through here. River water cools it down until
气蒸发使蒸发。
Variability.
Variability.
There are variability and some stuff you can, like the fact she shaved her head in an art piece 4 months ago.
I'm going to leave you for a moment now while I check the variability of your blood reactions.
What's a variability?
The depth of field with all its ambiguity and variability, which is in no way mastered by me.
Calculate the variability of gravitational force, which depends entirely on whether your path of motion is toward the Earth or away from it.
异变。
Variable.
Variable.
Always account for variable change.
But at the time, we both felt that their existence was an insignificant variable.
In our residential sector, our rollout of those variable rate packages were gobbled up by the consumer.
The variable was when, not if, so I don't see Ava as a decision, just an evolution.
Variable change, but you just asked you a simple question.
异变的事物，可变的。
Variant.
Variant.
A variant of the Typhoon class, she's some 650 feet long and 32,000 tons submerged displacement.
Graft versus host disease, transfusion-related lung disease, variant CJD.
If we keep going at the current rate and building in a variant for poor weather, shorter daylight hours, and possible illness, then we should have filled in the whole map.
Let's get this Deadpool variant back to the void.
This is a chemical variant.
变体不同的。
Variation.
Variation.
All I know is that they called each other a variation of Steve.
But lately, the only variation that I'm hearing in your argument is the name of your client.
It's a variation on peace on earth or purity of essence.
Though there's little variation, it nullifies the night.
With variation of parameters, this is the answer.
变更。
Varied.
Varied.
Andrew Beckett's performance on the job varied from competent, good.
Even if society is a little less varied than in town.
For a boy of such varied gifts.
Secondary effects are varied, but can include acute memory loss.
You'll find a somewhat varied selection from the chiaroscuro of the Dutch masters.
不同的。
Variety.
Variety.
Beyond the pleasure and variety polyamory brings, it is enlightening to see my partner through the desiring eyes of someone else.
Due to garden variety issues.
Garden variety, typical.
Hey, any envelopes of the large variety?
Quick question of the rhetorical variety.
多样。
Various.
Various.
And the fracturing of a skull, point 2, plus the various other things we mentioned, would make it very probable.
Because in these situations, sometimes, various parties will bandy about the...
For various members of the extended family, as shown in the list of recipients, which I will elucidate in due course.
List the various.
Various treatments are possible.
不同的
vary,
Vary.
Functional perimeters vary from manifestation to manifestation.
It seems to vary from time to time, place to place.
They vary, but not a lot.
Well, these cases vary.
Why do the wanderers vary their brightness so unexpectedly?
改变变化
vase,
Vase.
Do a vase.
I knew you would sell your mother for an Etruscan vase, but I didn't know you would sell your country and your soul to the slime of humanity.
It's so nice to finally be able to connect a vase with the name after all our correspondence.
Oh, that's a lovely vase.
Unfortunately, no fucking genie is gonna pop out of a vase.
花瓶
vast,
Vast.
Chopper was my first lesson in the vast difference between myth and reality.
Every day I go outside and look at the vast horizons.
My vast knowledge of almost everything makes me indispensable on the voyage.
The vast majority of Negroes around this country.
Women explore for eternity in the vast garden of sacrifice.
巨大的
vegetable,
Vegetable.
And he can't stand bunnies as they hop all over his vegetable garden.
Annie Goldberg suffered a nervous breakdown and became a vegetable.
Quick, help me prop up vegetable, man, or we're done for.
The vegetable broth tastes a little old or off or something, too.
You need a vegetable.
蔬菜的
vegetarian,
Vegetarian.
He's a vegetarian, for Christ's sakes.
He's vegetarian.
I thought the pot stickers were supposed to be vegetarian.
If the savages are truly vegetarian, why do you not observe them and then copycat what they eat?
Ovo-lacto-vegetarian, maybe.
素食者素食的
vegetation,
Vegetation.
Anyway, he put this vegetation on my ear.
Sector 3, subtropical vegetation.
There's no fresh water, no vegetation, nothing.
To inspect the vegetation.
We're going to talk about climate and vegetation zones.
植物
vehicle,
Vehicle.
Milland was a passenger in the vehicle and had been targeted in an ongoing observation of the Pink Coral Inn.
The vehicle is waiting.
3 months ago, I canceled a car lease as the vehicle was involved in an accident and the insurance would not cover the repair.
Well, I saw her in the front of Lachlan's vehicle.
What would it run if you and I would have taken a walk out to my vehicle and you would keep me company for 30 minutes?
交通工具
veil,
Veil.
Heavens war, the earth stood still, his final breath, he tore the veil, the angels sang, holy.
I could take the veil and research its provenance.
Look, you see with the white veil over the edge, she even looks like an angel.
The groom lifting the veil to make sure it's the right bride? What about the veil?
面纱戴面纱蒙上面纱
vein,
Vein.
He mines the same vein as Paperino Pierluigi when he illuminated the Christ before God's heavenly altar in 1565.
I'm sorry it took me so long to find that vein.
It'd take a year at least if the vein held out, which wouldn't be likely.
Maybe you got a severed vein.
The odd vein, or as today, we're using ephemeral lymphatic vessel.
血管时有脉络
velocity,
Velocity.
How fast relative velocity can you handle?
Orbiting the planet at maximum velocity.
The accelerated velocity of terminological inexactitude.
Velocity corrections are easy, but an angle change, that becomes a trig problem.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
速度
velvet,
Velvet.
Comes with a pink velvet interior and drapes.
Red velvet. Red velvet cake.
There hasn't been a guest list or a velvet rope remote that's ever kept me out.
Wrapped in velvet.
天鹅绒的
vendor,
Vendor.
And the vendor tables are pretty cheap, too.
And we had the vendor remake them overnight and put them on a plane.
I was to walk up to the hot dog vendor and order what I wanted.
$10 from a vendor in the street.
vendor would then hand me my hot dog and watch as I ran off without paying.
小贩
Venomous.
Venomous.
And then this is the venomous cone.
I also wish to remind you that the vicinity is renowned for its venomous snakes and poisonous ants of various species.
I'm not such the fool to take on Blackbeard without a little venomous advantage.
When I learned Danny has an enemy as venomous as you, it just makes me love him a little more.
You've been talking to that venomous fishwife, Addison DeWitt.
有毒的
Ventilation.
Ventilation.
It gets plenty of ventilation, thank you. My hand's a foot off.
Maybe it's the ventilation system.
There's no ventilation, no air?
Ventilation panel above the sink.
Wriggling his way through the ventilation system.
通风
Venture.
Venture.
Even today, the Western Woods is a haunted place where brave men will not venture.
His next business venture, he got involved with some of Nino's friends.
SR Venture Capital announced yesterday that former Congressman David Norris would become a senior partner.
This joint venture was your idea. The consultants love it.
Wouldn't it be amazing if this venture of yours took you to the world beyond this one?
冒险敢于
Venue.
Venue.
I assume that's the infamous change of venue motion under your arm.
I saw your little show at Venue 109.
Well, we're still looking for a venue, but
We still don't have a head count, so I can't start looking for a venue.
why don't we find a venue first?
犯罪地点
Verb.
Verb.
And a verb.
And not for nothing, but think is a verb. All right.
She always reminded me that love is a verb.
Conjugate the verb to go.
Guys, noun, adjective, or verb? Noun.
动词
Verbal.
Verbal.
I had to fill out a verbal profile.
There was a record kept of every verbal agreement, no matter how off the cuff or casual.
Verbal contracts are binding, and she knows it.
What lawyer verbal?
You know, actually, Mr. Barish, I'll get a much better emotional readout if you refrain from any sort of verbal.
用言辞的
Verdict.
Verdict.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
The, verdict?
The verdict was going to be not guilty.
Well, what's the verdict?
Your Honor, on that basis, I'd like to move for a directed verdict of not guilty.
裁决
Verge.
Verge.
I am on the verge of solving this case.
I was on the verge of telling you last night, but
But you wanted to fuck me first. I'm on the verge of graduation.
On the verge of something great, ultimate truth.
You know, Scott, I think you're on the verge of a crying jay.
边缘处在边缘
Verification.
Verification.
And 60 minutes verification is exact and precise, and I don't think it would hurt to make sure you're right on this one.
But I've had a hard time getting actual verification.
No income verification.
So most of what happens now is the verification and the protection of the future victim.
We should probably need an official verification.
证实
Verify.
Verify.
Before we give you the money, just to verify that he's okay, if that's cool.
By signing this document, you hereby verify the confession you provide today pertaining to the crimes you're accused of after your arrest 1 week ago. So that this man can verify to the world the Crimson Jihad is now a nuclear power.
The two priests were required to examine these things and verify their use.
which would verify that we deserved a deferral.
证明
Vernacular.
Vernacular.
I was simply attempting to use your vernacular to convey an idea.
In academic vernacular, you cheated.
Now try not to talk till you're familiar with the vernacular, or you'll get your head bashed in like...
So now, I have to take out, to use the vernacular, the ferry in order to scratch a debt that isn't even mine.
Well, Wildcat was written in a kind of obsolete vernacular.
本的话，地方的
Versatile.
Versatile.
And being versatile, I was playing my mother's father.
Deep down, little K seems to have been a jolly man with versatile talents.
He's more versatile than De Niro.
I didn't know you were so versatile.
Well, you did lose a lot of versatile solutions for modern living.
多才多艺的
verse,
Verse.
Into the verse.
Really?
Yeah.
Powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse.
Where wines and cakes abound, the skills of verse are found.
You always know chapter and verse about everyone who's working with you.
You do the backing vocals on the next verse.
诗，用诗表达，作诗
version,
Version.
Besides, Stella McCartney is a much better version of Bergdorf.
But it's your version of me.
But the historical version of him was not jolly. She's like the cliche version of every wife's waking nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, it's this proud, accomplished, bragging version of you.
一种描述
versus,
Versus.
All right, Sam versus Lauren now.
Fight on tonight, Sanchez versus Diaz, and it's a big deal.
This is not Zane versus Zane, and I don't want to talk about my dad anymore.
Yes, well, my emphasis in the past year has been more on social aspects of maturation versus academics.
对